all know nobody loves guns more than Americans. Absolutely nobody. Or at least that's what I thought, until I saw this video by John Harris, basically saying that the Swiss love guns more than Americans, which is like super hard to believe, right? So we're gonna totally let my ADHD run wild with this video, and let me know down below in the comments, do you think anybody can love guns more than America? And if so, let me know who, and let's argue about it in the comments. Let's go ahead and send it. It says, why the Swiss love their guns more than Americans? Is this possible? Probably not. Everybody got a pew pew doo doo in the US. The only thing is, half of us aren't trained in them. Everyone just goes out on the weekend, shoots the beer cans, gets up, does shit they're not supposed to. How does my dog do with guns? She loves guns. Chanel actually has her own Draco. No bull. Stay till the end and I'll show you guys Chanel's gun, because legit, Chanel has her very own weapon system. We're live streaming on Twitch. We do every single day. Chat was like, Chanel like a little Draco. And I was like, oh my God, we getting Chanel a little mini Draco. And everybody who participated in that stream got her name engraved on Chanel's micro Draco.
Jesus. Your finger.
Your finger. I bite off your finger, you f***ing American.
I'm Switzerland, and there's a big festival going on.
It's like a carnival thing, but this whole thing's about guns. It's like a bad combination.
Everyone has the day off. They're all gathering to have a good time to celebrate guns.
Wait, it's a gun carnival? Wait, what? Are felons allowed at your gun carnival?
It's a shooting competition for and they've been doing this for hundreds of years.
Oh my God. Half the parents here, they're like, Sweden! I could only assume, due to how it looked initially, is that they're actually teaching about weapons safety. If you're Swiss and you're in the chat, please let us know down below in the comments, do you with guns? And then let me know down below in the comments also, do y'all think that the Swiss with guns more than the US? How did the shoot go for you? It was very cool. It's like they do the news the right way. Here, we control the news and they're like, oh, just put the clip in where people said they hated it. This one's like, oh, how was the shooting experience? And then they're like, it was great. They're like, whoa, hold on now. No. Say how scared you were. I'm sure it was a little terrifying, right?
Switzerland is a peaceful, neutral country, and yet it is full of guns.
Because guns don't equal violence.
The government gives its citizens guns and trains them how to shoot. Every village is required to have access to a shooting range.
I'm done. Cut the show. Switzerland kind of where it's at, bro. They have to have shooting ranges and access to guns? We're back-to-back World War champs. We don't even get shit like that. Our gun ranges suck. They'd be like, shoot one round, disassemble the weapon system, reassemble it, put one new round in, you're good to fire again. What?
We have almost as many guns per head or per person here as in America.
Almost, okay. Half the country, every dude got like 100 weapon systems. I've only got a few. Some of these motherfuckers go crazy. We have enough weapon systems to basically arm every single American more than once. That's hot, okay?
But the culture around guns is a little different.
Guns, the #1 cause of death among children in the United States, yet we don't have the will to stop it.
Switzerland has the lowest crime rate in Europe.
That's all we have at this point. God and our guns.
Oh man, can't wait for him to be like, see, more guns, more violence. I'm like, no, more dumb who got guns equals more violence, you dumb. This right now, by itself, it's a fucking rock. That thing can't do shit without a person behind it.
I really want to get to the bottom of this gun culture thing, why these two countries have such vastly different relationships with guns, and it's finally all clicked for me, and I want to share that with you.
Ooh.
So, buckle up for what is going to be a wild...
I like his orange jacket. His color grade in this video kind of cool. This just looks like a good time. They look like a community who's just like, hey, let's go shoot some guns, have some fun after. We're gonna get up, talk about how cool guns are. This dude just put Switzerland on the map for Americans. Yo, who's been to Switzerland?
The shooting range and the targets are on this side. Oh yeah, there's the targets. Oh.
See, outdoor ranges are cool, but here in the US, they just get like worse and worse and worse. All ranges suck. You have to go to private ranges or like BLM land. Wait, what the f? You're on this side of the range, but on that side of the range, there's houses. Hold on 1 second. I don't like this one anymore. I really hope they're shooting like this way or like this way.
God, there's people just... Jeez. There are bullets flying over our head right now? Oh my God.
Wait, what? Switzerland, you got shit, dude. I take back a few things that I said already. The shooting range is here. The targets are over here. They probably have like a lower level berm so the rounds can't go this way. Yo, there's no way you haven't had a stray round like nail somebody, bro. That's not possible. That's a god war zone. Yeah, bro. If you're riding on this street, bro, it's like driving through Ukraine every day.
Headed to a shooting competition right now at this shooting range surrounded by beautiful Swiss mountains.
Oh, that's nice. You can actually just walk around with your weapon systems. If you bring a weapon system outside now, bro, people are like, "Ah! Call the police."
As I'm standing here, you realize like the cars are right there. You could easily shoot them if you wanted to, if you were standing up.
Wait, dude, okay. Switzerland on some X Games mode type shit. They're all professional shooters, apparently. Ain't no way we would do that in America. We're retarded. I'd be like, yo, that motherfucker right there, as a car goes by, like, that motherfucker owe me gas money.
The military law tells all the villages that they need to provide a shooting range or a possibility to shoot.
Bro, Switzerland next up on the you're not fucking getting in. If someone tries to invade America, bro, the people got guns. Switzerland next up, they're like, we love shooting shit. We shoot over each other's heads every day in driving cars. So bring it, ho.
I needed to learn how to use one of these guns.
Where's this dude from? He's never shot a weapon system before? Finger on the trigger. Oh, love it so much.
Is there a telescope in there? Like, how am I seeing that far down?
No, there's no telescope.
There's no telescope.
No.
Oh, that's what makes it.
You're not allowed to use any sights, any optics at any competitions in Switzerland.
Okay.
Because it's not truly necessary. How do you check your oh, dude, can we get some more ranges like this, bro? I haven't been able to get some type of shit like this since I was in the military. I've not seen it in the civilian sector yet, but all this shit, oh my God, dude. Ah! All right, let me know right now, chat. Who with this heavily? He's never shot a gun before. Go to Switzerland to shoot your first gun. Great idea. It's 100% probably a better experience.
But you hit the target.
I hit the target. Yeah. That's good.
Hey, see, there you go. He looks good for the first time. Yeah, he's in a good environment, you know, where everybody is okay with it. Here in the U.S., gun ranges kind of suck. There's a lot of tension of people up, and range masters love to whip out those big ass and yell at you. I do not with this range though. Like, it's actually terrifying. There's no way you don't have like some type of ricochet or some shit, you know?
Wow, that was awesome. I kind of want to shoot again. I never thought I'd say this. Like, I'm not a gun person, but I'm like, I kind of want to like shoot more. Like,
guess what, bitch? You're a gun person. Look at that. It's not scary when you're not being a dumbass and you know what you're doing. Holy people, we're changing the world. Switzerland. When I'm president, we're going to be homies, okay? By the way, make sure you vote for me when I'm old enough to run for president. I'm still but the child, but I will be one day, all right? I forget what year I can run. Somebody put it in the chat, please.
I was struck by how peaceful and celebratory and wholesome this all was. So
Look
much
at that.
different than the way guns are presented in the USA.
How did we fucking get here? Please tell me. Chapter 2, bitch assness.
The hero's name was William Tell, and legend has it that one day he refused to bow down to the king's local leader. It was a daring act of disrespect.
Bro.
So as punishment,
We
the
ain't bow for no
overlord
hoes.
forced him to shoot an apple off his own son's head.
Hey, don't
Tell
miss hope.
aimed his crossbow carefully.
He
and
got
released. He made the perfect shot. He continued to defy the ruler and eventually inspired the tribes in this region to launch a rebellion.
Oh my God, I thought he got burned at the cross. I was like, oh shit, this dude's a thug. He said, F you, I ain't bowing no ho. And then the king's like, shoot this apple off of your son's head. He's like, wait, ski, tink. Did it. And then they threw the fire. I was like, oh my God, they set him on fire. They thought he was a witch.
And the rebels would go on to win their independence, banding together to start the confederacy that would become Switzerland. They first made an agreement that they would protect one another, but instead of forming a full-time standing army run by a king, they would arm and train ordinary people to fight.
Wow, look at that. Everybody gonna exaggerate in the comments who's like, not because they'll be like, I'm not gonna be forced to be a soldier. You're not. Okay, sit the down.
Meanwhile, in the rest of Europe, greedy kings were using their huge standing armies to conquer one another, while Switzerland stood by training its citizens in the ways of war.
Bro, I'm learning so much stuff. I'm just not gonna remember any of it. Crazy.
Swiss citizens got so good at fighting that the Pope hired them as his personal protectors.
Oh, they working for the Pope. From what I'm gathering, since they working for the Pope like, hey, yo, they dropping bodies? Bring that ass here. Little finger motion, you know? Technically, Switzerland was Sparta before there was a Sparta, okay? Actually, was Sparta first? Is already a thing? I don't know. I don't do math and history with numbers. We're just gonna let it slide, okay? I'm retarded. The Pope, they dropping bodies. That's my new army.
This idea of a well-regulated militia spread across the ocean to a group of British intellectuals who were secretly conspiring to overthrow their own.
So apparently Switzerland helping everybody take over everybody. Hot.
As they fought this war, a leader from Switzerland wrote to Benjamin Franklin, suggesting that this new rebel experiment called the United States should become sister republics with Switzerland.
Are you telling me Switzerland is like my stepsis? Oh no, step Switzerland. We're stuck in America here without any guns. Come help us. I appreciate this guy. He did all the smart shit for us. And I'm just talking over it like a piece of shit.
But needless to say, things kind of changed when it came to guns in America. So how we got from that to this is the next part of this video.
What do you mean by that? Because you just showed a dude with a gun, then you just showed a dude shooting a gun. I want to know how many people in Switzerland don't like guns. That's what I'm curious about. I hate when people are like, I would never shoot a gun. I never do. Okay, if we get invaded, just give up. If we get invaded and we win, you're not allowed to stay in the U.S. Like, that needs to be a fucking law.
To better understand gun ownership in Switzerland, I visited a member of the Swiss Army.
Can I see your gun?
Of course.
That's why I'm here.
I want to play some... Where's Waldo?
What is he, a streamer?
What's interesting to me is, like, for you, this is like no big deal. For me, this is a giant gun.
Bro, you've shot that thing twice already. Shut up.
I'm like this for the first time, like 2 days ago. For the very first time in my life.
No way.
Yes.
Actually.
I'm an American.
Yeah. I was about to... That's very uncliche.
Everybody, when they think of America, they just think Texas. As they should. Hella people have weapon systems in the U.S., but we have like a large split now. I'd say it's like a 70-30 split, a 60-40 split of people who are totally on board for guns and people who are not.
Every able-bodied man in Switzerland is given a uniform and a gun and required to join the military.
We need to do that here in the U.S. I think it should be mandatory for every single man to enlist in the military for like 2 years.
Up until the 90s, you would go to jail if you refused to do this. Now you just have to pay 3% of your income if you don't.
Oh, what the why are we not doing this? I'm writing down shit from my presidency right now, chat. Russia lucky it wasn't Sweden instead of Ukraine, bro. This would have been one day they've been like, hey, we made a terrible mistake.
What Switzerland doesn't have that we have in the United States is a Second Amendment, an articulated, unambiguous right to have guns.
We have a tradition of more
Second
of a
Amendment
liberty
expert.
tradition, and there it's more of a responsibility tradition.
I think this is a major factor that divides these two gun cultures.
That's super true.
The shooting is fun. They'll have music. After you're done shooting, you can have some beer or wine, and it's a family affair.
I am very much so against drinking and shooting. I have physically been there and seen a lot of catastrophic things happen. And it's how it is for most places. It's like, if you want to shoot, but when you're done and you start having alcohol, you are no longer allowed to possess firearms. Like that is the way it should be. They're definitely clicked up. Like, the gun community is down as...
I'm so used to guns being associated with danger and division and politics and fear, but here it just has such a different feel than what I'm used to.
Maybe because the news isn't like fucking your brain up, bro.
So to understand how these two gun cultures so greatly diverged despite having similar...
It's literally the news. At the end of the day, it's the news that fucked everything.
What do you think about American gun culture? Like, what's the
American gun...
bonkers?
Bonkers?
The fact that everybody has a gun in America, it would make me feel uneasy. And I'm used to being in the proximity of guns and allowed with guns.
Oh, you guys catch that? He's like, America drives people bonkers because everybody has a gun and it would make him uneasy. I'm all for people being responsible gun owners. That's the main difference, being responsible gun owners. But a lot of people have zero training but have multiple firearms. And I'm like, this to me is extremely weird.
The U.S. quickly learned that while a militia is great for defense, deterrence, and neutrality, it is not good for one thing: conquest.
What the does conquest mean? Just kidding.
Instead, they needed to establish and fund a centralized, professional standing army. By the middle of the century, it would become the largest and most powerful military to have ever existed.
Get clapped back to back World War champs. Get nerd.
It did away with a lot of the original laws requiring people to join the militia. And now, without a duty to form a militia to protect the country from invasion
that is
and
true.
insurrection, like the Constitution said, they were left with just the second half of this amendment.
That makes a lot of sense. Basically, long term short, we had the militia in case people want to with us, okay? And we can clap that ass. But then now it's like we already have the strongest military in the world. So now the whole duty part goes away because nobody ain't gonna with it. And then now the whole right to possess the firearms is a whole nother thing, because not that we don't need, it's just like the militia thing has gone away because our military is so strong.
Guns continued to take on a more personal symbol in the 60s and 70s. When
trusted
more
government
Americans
over
were
time.
losing trust in their government. This was also right at the time when crime was skyrocketing in America. Without this duty for collective defense, guns became more and more a symbol of personal defense from all of this crime.
Yes.
Personal liberty, and a symbol of this growing anti-government sentiment.
And I'm down with it. You're not taking from me. I'm not gonna get got.
And it totally worked. The Second Amendment became more and more a guarantee that everyone can have guns to protect themselves and their family, having nothing to do with protecting the country. After all, we had the biggest military in the world. We didn't need a militia anymore.
Don't let Hillary leave you protected with nothing but a phone. The NRA Political Victory Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Switzerland has a bunch of, hold on really quick, by the way, Hillary Clinton, she's a bitch. Here's a quick commercial.
Every year, 20,000 murders occur with a gun.
Okay.
Thousands of children killed with a gun. Hundreds of deaths are caused by gun accidents. Hundreds of mass shootings. And of course, the leading cause of gun violence.
And out of all those things, they were all stopped by people with guns. Let's say we can't get guns anymore. Bad people are still gonna get guns. Bad people will just start to resort to knives, okay? Or they'll use shit that's even more deadly, bro. People won't even use guns or knives. If they wanted to kill or hurt more people, they're literally just gonna start driving in cars and running people over. Way higher casualty rate. It's bad people. How about we stop allowing people to get away with doing bad shit? The punishment for doing bad shit should be way worse, so people understand their consequences. Everybody just gets scot-free nowadays.
My last visit was an important one, to this gun shop, where the owner is Swiss, but is a card-carrying member of the NRA, and a big fan of American gun culture. I had to get his take on this.
Oh, American gun culture.
Best assault rifles in the world.
Really?
These are the best assault.
Let me see.
What makes them so good? Why are they so good?
They're Swiss made.
Fair enough, okay.
What do you feel when
Nutty?
you look at American gun culture?
Oh God, he's gonna shit on us.
From the gun system, from the gun laws, I would like to live in the States. But not with all the dumb asses around.
Facts!
I don't know why there are so many deaths.
My ADHD is already kicked in, so I'm going to interrupt him now already for exactly what he's about to say. But he gets it. The weapon systems don't hurt people. It's the person behind it, okay? The person making the decision. It's a bunch of dumbasses who have no idea what they're doing. These motherfuckers got the same amount of shit we got, but they're good. They're festivals and shit about guns, bro. They're praising it like a goddamn cult.
You need some rules, Yeah. Our government, they support shooting clubs.
See, I think it's the fact that the government over here is kind of like, meh, and then the government over there is like, guns are good.
Here's my conclusion in all of this.
Conclusion, okay.
I went into this story thinking that I was going to tell a policy story.
Why are you
like
standing like that?
Oh,
that's cool.
It totally took a different route because I learned sort of halfway through that guns are a symbol. They are a symbol.
They got
yes,
him?
they're a weapon. Yes, they are a sports tool, but they are also a symbol for the people who wield them. The way we see guns is deeply influenced by the stories and the myths of our society. Switzerland and the United States have two very different stories. And because of that, they have two very different gun cultures.
The way this guy has articulated it is amazing. And I know you guys haven't heard half of it because I talk over everything, but like, link in the description, okay?
The way I see it, as long as guns are an individual right associated with personal protection and personal liberty, not a lot's gonna change in America.
Nothing's gonna change because the media is all f***ed up, bro. So you guys know I would never hurt myself. So if I go, they did not like this video. I'll go get Chanel's Draco right now. This is Chanel's Micro Draco. Yeah, like no bullshit. I went and got it engraved of everybody's name who participated in the stream on Twitch. Both sides.